Now, Mr. Costo, the last day I promised you to clear the idea on phrase and clause. And what is phrase and what is clause? It is something now confusing matter to the most of the students, but actually this is not such thing. As in regards to the phrase and clauses, you have to keep in mind the salient features of the twos, what is phrase and what is clause. Now if I want to clear up the idea to you, it is not too much difficult, and I think that it will be more accessible to you, not only for to you but also all the students. Okay, now firstly the salient features of clauses. Number one, a group of words. It is not only the it is not applicable to the clauses also, it is also applicable to the sentence. To make a meaningful sentence, that also there are some group of words, but they are arranged such a way that it can express the meaningfully. Now, number one, a group of words. Number two, have a finite verb, and you know about finite verb as I taught you the other day. And number three, subject and predicate also there. And also now notice the point 4. Number 4, it can express the both partial or complete meaning. Okay, sometimes partial, sometimes complete. And may it be confusing to you that what is like that sometimes it can express the fully meaning or not. Let me clear up the latter your confusion. Okay, now you keep in your mind, you must, that there are 4 salient features of clauses. Number 1, a group of words. Number 2, have a finite verb. Number 3, subject and predicate must be there. Number 4, it can express the both partial or complete meaning. Okay, and number 5, it is the part of a sentence. Also, the clause must be a part of a sentence, as you know well. Okay, now put in the picture, the whole matter. What is that? Giving an example. He gave me a pen which is red in color. Now, as per salient features mentioned here, consider that and follow that. He gave me a pen which is red in color. You see that clearly there are 2 division. There are division of the sentences. Number 1, he gave me a pen, and number 2, which is red in color. So now you consider whether it is clause or not. To become a clause, it must fulfill its features as I have already mentioned to you.
Yes.
So okay, number 1, insert. Please speak out.
Yes.
Okay. If I do not know that you are in a mood of teaching or not,
yes,
then how can I express my idea?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Hope you are well aware of the subject.
Yes.
And now understand my lecture. Okay, or speech. Now consider the example. He gave me a pen. Here also subject predicate. Number first, a group of words, also a group of words.
Yes.
It is as clear as daylight.
All the silent features are matching with the sentence.
Okay, good, very good, very good. Now, number one and number phase by phase and bit by bit,
Yes.
you want to clear you. He gave me a pen, he subject, pen,
Yes.
predicate, and also a group of words.
Yes.
It has a meaning also. If you close the rest of the part, now consider he gave me a pen, it can express full meaning.
Yes.
Okay, so it should be treated as a clause.
Yes.
And now, as I have already mentioned in the column number 4, it can express both the partial or complete meaning. Now, close the first part of the sentence and consider the second part of the sentence, which is red in color. It is not a completed sentence.
No.
It cannot express the full meaning. Okay?
Yes.
So, it is also clause, but it is the division of clause. It is called the subordinate clause.
The first one is the principal and the second one is the subordinate
Okay,
clause.
very good, very good. So, which clause can express its meaning fully
It's called
without depending the
All-
rest of the clauses and subordinate clauses? It is
Principal clause.
Principal clause. Okay.
And the clause or the parts of the sentence which cannot
Express the full
express
meaning,
the full meaning
but fulfills all the criteria.
of the clause is
Clauses.
called the subordinating clause.
Very good, very good. And now there are three divisions of subordinate clause. There is no division of principal clause also. Generally, the division of clauses are three in number in the case of subordinate clause. Okay. And number one, notice and follow me, and please ask me if you cannot make out the full chapter. Okay. Now consider the example relative. Clause. Number one, okay, it is.
Okay.
And number two, if there is another names also, adjective clause you may say.
Yes. There are both names.
Okay. And number two, relative clause, adjective clause, adverbial clause, and the final and number last, noun clause.
Yes.
Today I want to clear you about the relative clause and the adjective clause. Okay?
Okay.
The next day I will teach you the rest of the divisions. Okay. Now, adverbial relative clause. Let's
Start.
start and take an example. Okay, to clear and fresh up your mind. Okay. Now, number one, example. Okay. Now consider Rabindranath. Okay. Who was a
Great poet.
great poet? Okay.
Wrote the Gitanjali.
Great poet wrote.
The Gitanjali.
It is common.
Yes.
But you may something special. Another great poet wrote many
Novels.
many famous novel. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now consider why you say that it is an adjective clause. Okay. Now it is simply. It is simple. Think it too much. Simply, relaxly. Now say what is an adjective. You know well that if you go to the parts of speech, the chapter, the what is the role of adjective of a sentence? The role of adjective of a sentence, that's the it qualifying noun or
Noun or pronoun, yes.
Just like now you consider the Rabindranath, who was a great poet. Who was a great poet? It is a division number 1.
Yes.
The part number 1, part number, and also the Rabindranath wrote many famous novel. Now Rabindranath wrote
Famous
many famous novels. It is principal clause.
Yes.
Okay, and it is subordinate clause. What is? Who was a great poet. Okay, now who, it indicates Rabindranath, and you know also Rabindranath.
He's a great poet.
Rabindranath noun.
Yes.
So this class qualifies the noun also, and which qualifies the noun and pronoun. It is
Adjective.
called adjective.
Yes.
So there is another name of adjective clause. Okay. So I don't want to make you too much bore today, as it is the matter of grammar. Okay. Now stop for the day and prepare for the next day. Okay.